Hi, I'm Diego Mangabeira and welcome back to BoringSales. Today we're going to talk about CRM hygiene or even discipline and the boring habit that drives revenue. We're going to make something uncomfortable for you. We're going to talk about CRM hygiene. We are not used to use that term hygiene, right? Where most of the time we're talking about cleaning our house or our office. But once we start talking about it, you can see why the reps who maintain it obsessively are most all the time or always the top performers. They're always uh, handling on this case their territory on the best way ever. It's like a general, right, in the war, and he's responsible for their forces, for their army, navy, or even their air force. They always know their names. Which ones are performing better, performing worse. So you know how to interact with each one of them. That's the way, as a salesperson, you need to proceed. That's why CRM is so important. Not because the CRM is magic. There's no magic here at all. Because the disciplines behind maintaining it as it is. Ask any sales rep if their CRM is up to date. Most of the time, it's even yourself will pause and then lie. They are going to lie because it's easier, faster for them to reply as it is. But if I ask you, how is your CRM system? Is it updated? Do you have control of every single deal? Do you know which ones can perform better, or even in terms of temperature? Can you say to me right now 5 transactions that you're dealing that are most that have more ways of closing as a whole this week or even today, or even the ones or 5 ones that are not going to be closed this month, something like that, right? If you know the names of the clients of the companies, it's easier for you to understand what I'm trying to say. And I've been with teams or reviews in different companies, in different SaaS startups or even enterprise level companies, where the pipeline looked like 3 million in potential, but after a quick audit, we checked it was not 3 million, but 800K, maybe something like that, more or less. When you over evaluate your own pipeline, you're creating a lie internally. You're trying to share information that's not correct most of the time. As a team, as a sales team, you're going to be more pressured because the number is not to be equalized between the effort and between the delivery. What I am trying to say, if you have 3 million and you're going to sell it, most of the time it's not going to be 3 million. It's going to be, since it was overpriced, you're going to deliver less. So in terms of salesperson, you're going to really get pressured by the sales team or even the management team, the CEO, that are going to compare your numbers with what you forecasted. Okay. The rest on this case was hope dressed up as data, and deals that hadn't moved in 60 days, for instance, no, and then next step logged, or even contact if I'm wrong, stage stuck at discovery since Q1. Some of these points might have occurred on your team, or is occurring, or they are happening all the time with you. And the worst part, the sales rep knew about it, and he or she didn't do anything. He or she is responsible to handle that territory. When what happened? They just hadn't logged, because logging, it means confronting it. Once you have the right data, you are going to interpret or even use the right data. Once you have wrong data, you cannot express that's a right data. Something is wrong. And in the long term, that does not help you a lot as a team. CRM avoidance. So I'm not going to update today because I don't have time, or it's like a doctor that has to update every single report from their patients. You have the same task that needs to be done day by day, especially after the call. And CRM avoidance is just like reality avoidance. You're avoiding your reality as a salesperson. And reality avoidance is expensive, really expensive. And why reps avoid the CRM? There are 3 points that I just make here, and I'm going to share with you. The first, it feels like admin work, not sales work, not selling. And reps want to sell, right? But is that correct? Isn't a salesperson right JD or even responsibility related to also document everything that's being done? What's your answer? The second part is management uses it against them. If data's in, it can be scrutinized. So they project themselves by keeping it in vague. If you don't have the right specifics, keeping vague, it sounds clear. It sounds fine for me today, but not tomorrow. The CRM was set up badly. Too many required fields, confusion stages, no clear workflow. You have or might have sometimes a CRM like that. A lot of fields that somebody created, some IT guy created because you needed to use this CRM that was purchased. But nobody asked for the right CRM to be used. That's it, okay? All valid, all fields are valid, but there's the refrain. The CRM isn't for management, it's for you. So if it does not represent your sales structure or processes, this does not apply to you. Okay. When your CRM is accurate, for instance, you never lose track of the deal. You know everything that's happening towards everything from the person, from the lead, the temperature, the DMs that are involved on that transaction, something like that. You never forget a follow-up. You had like an activity, a next update call, a next conversation, a next email that you need to send, a next LinkedIn message that you need to send. You never walk into a forecast call blindly, okay? It's not a reporting tool anymore. It's more like a memory system for your revenue. And then the 3 non-negotiable CRM habits are: habit number 1, log every meaningful interaction within 24 hours. Do not waste for it. Do not create any kind of excuse. Do it. Call notes, email threads, LinkedIn DMs, meeting outcomes. And today with AI, I use a lot of AI during my calls, and even the recording, the transcript. I use AI just to understand if I perform it good or can I improve the way that I talk to that person. If I'm having a call with his or her team with more DMs, I also need to document that. And especially who was talking more inside their team. Imagining a conversation with 5 people. Mark, Joanna talked more than John or Mary. So they are responsible for the decision-making process. And I know that now, okay? If it moved the deal or failed to move, it gets logged. I know everything that's happening. 24 hours is the rule because memory degrades fast and context gets lost, okay? So don't wait until Friday. And Friday, as you know, nobody's going to do anything. Habit number 2. Every deal has its next step with a date. Activity, you need to do that. What's the next step that I need to proceed with that deal? Most of the time, your CRM deals are going to be handled by the activity status. So no deal sits in your pipeline without a scheduled next action. Okay. No next step is going to be like a zombie deal. Nobody's going to touch it. What's going on with it? Nobody knows, right? And zombie deals drain your focus and inflate your forecast. Most of the time, they don't represent what's happening as a team, as a company, as a sales structure, as a GTM structure. If you don't know what the next step is, that's the problem to solve right now, not later. As soon as you do that, you don't need to do next week or the next month. or even at the end of the year. You need to do now. Habit number 3. Weekly pipeline review is a solo ritual, not just a team's meeting. You need to do that with yourself. And every time I see that the problem in the companies, reps are going to check their numbers when they had these teams reviews. That's the opposite of a high performer salesperson. You need to do by yourself. And once you have the team's meetings, you're going to share what you already know. Okay. Every Monday or Sunday, right, or night, if you're wired like that, like me, right? Wired like me, spend 20 minutes reviewing your open deals. What's the status? Why I didn't close them right now? What's the main struggles that I'm facing? Constraints? Am I missing something here? Okay. Ask 3 questions that I could suggest for you now. What moved last week? Did it move it at all? What's tailing and why is tailing? What needs my attention the next 7 days? Okay. This 20 minutes staff meeting with you or ritual with you will do more for your close rate than the new sales tactic you could learn. Instead of reading books or even waiting for the next big trend in sales, do this and you're going to perform better than the other ones. And the compound effect is really contagious here because as soon as you have this CRM discipline, it's not just about one deal at a time. It's related to the system. It's about the signal it sends to your own brain over time. That's why it's so boring. It's consistency, it's resiliency, right? You need to do that day by day. When you keep your pipeline accurate, you start making better decisions instinctively, right? It's like that. It's going to work like that. You get a better prioritization. You spot patterns. You know which deals are real before the data tells you, because you can understand. I remember this deal because of that one that I had last month or 2 months ago. Okay. And the managers, if you're listening right now, if you're a manager, for instance, you cannot demand CRM discipline without building a system worth maintaining. If you don't have a system, you don't have a system. Okay, I'm just reiterating that because a system works indirectly with the salesperson that you have right now. It's going to work entirely for the other people that are going to replace sometimes the person that's going to leave the company right now. So the system needs to be created right now. Audit your stage definitions. Also, cut your required fields that you don't work or you don't need to load that's the fields anymore. Making login fast, something that you could replicate in 5 minutes is too much, but 2 minutes, for instance. If it takes more than 5 to update a deal, you lose the habit because it's going to take longer. All this not going to work for me. Disciplines follows design. That's really important. And in terms of exercise, open your CRM right now or in the next hour. Find every deal that has no step log, for instance, no activity. They're in the limbo, I'll say, or even they're not like accurate, updated. Okay, so check them for each one. Either schedule the next action or move it to a nurture bucket. You need to revisit that with the DM to check if they're active, they're still working on that company, and so on. And if necessary, that one cleanup is worth more than any productivity hack that I could give you. So CRM discipline is not a personality trait. It's a system you build until it's automatic. In the beginning, it's going to be manual made, right? You do not want, your brain will tell you, do not do that. That doesn't work. But once it's automatic, it works really well. Your pipeline becomes something you trust instead of something you fear. And trust is where predictable revenue lives. Okay. And once you do that, you're going to see that this boring process, this boring sales are going to occur more naturally without any extra effort because you know the numbers, you know your pipeline. I wish you a great day. See you in the next episode from Boring Sales. My name is Diego Mangabeira. Take care. Bye. See you soon.